Hello, I'm Chris Copp, Senior Museums Officer with Staffordshire County Council. We're here today to look at one of the wheeled vehicles in our reserve collection and its maintenance. It's a Spider Phaeton dating from the 1890s and it's part of a larger collection of vehicles which formerly belonged to the 21st Earl of Shrewsbury from nearby Ingestre. They're a core part of our collection and a key part of our displays in the coach house at the Staffordshire County Museum here at Shugborough. Vehicles like this, we have a programme of conservation and it's mostly preventative conservation. So that involves cleaning by and large. For instance, on a vehicle like this we have textiles, we have leather, we have paintwork, we have metalwork. And what we wouldn't do is use fluids, solvents, cleaners to clean what is clearly quite a dirty vehicle at the moment. But what we would use are light hog's hair brushes, a hoover, probably with a piece of mesh over the nozzle so that we don't accidentally suck up any buttons or pieces of flakes of paint and things like that. If you look at this particular vehicle, you can see that the wheels in particular appear to have the original 1890s paintwork, the black with the red lining. We have to be particularly careful with those. The body, less so, it's more robust, it's been repainted at some point during the 20th century. Just have a look at the textiles on this vehicle. You can see they're rather grubby and a bit moth-eaten in places. There's quite a lot of things we need to do with this before it's in a presentable situation to put on display. Chief of which is to freeze the cushions in particular. They're made of wool felt and stuffed with horsehair, so they're an ideal home for insect pests in particular. This isn't something you can do in your home freezer. They're not cold enough. It needs to go to a commercial freezer or a freezer at a conservation centre down to -30 degrees to ensure that you kill any larvae, eggs and the living insects too. We would then employ a specialist textile conservator to do the detailed work we would need on the cushions and aprons and so on in order to make them in suitable condition for display. And that would involve replacing any loose buttons, patching any holes with colour matched material and generally deep cleaning so that the textiles are in good enough condition for us to put on display for the general public. The leather hood on this vehicle needs extending from time to time so it doesn't stiffen and crack, and when we do that we do treat it with leather groom to keep the leather supple and flexible. Anything more advanced we do on this vehicle, such as conservation of paintwork, repairing the textiles, repairing the leatherwork, looking at the metalwork, we would employ specialist conservators to do that work. We were likely to do more damage if we use solvents, water and so on than just by simply keeping dirt and dust off, which helps prevent things like mould growth and pests living in this vehicle.
Now we're going to assess the carriage and especially the wheels with a view to it moving a short distance and going on display. The first thing we do is just have a look, and there's no shake in the hubs and there's no cracks on the rim and the wheels seem quite robust. If the wheels weren't robust then we'd have to display it on axle stands, but these do actually seem quite good, so it's a matter of lubrication and getting them just prepared. Before we start, we've got the vehicle chocked up on the back wheel so it can't move, and we've got the front raised on axle stands so it's completely safe. When we remove the wheel, we remove the end cap, and that's followed by a reverse threaded nut, which is followed by an ordinary threaded nut, and the shaft itself is actually tapered, so you have to be very careful taking it off, and perhaps more so putting it back on again. Now we've done the wheels, the next thing we'll do is grease the turntable. It just makes this whole vehicle more manoeuvrable. finally we'll put the shaft back onto the phaeton just to help us move it around the site.